Yo, what is up, people? It is Ferro here. Now, do we really believe that it's only the Yonkos and the Admirals in the vast world of One Piece? Now, I personally doubt that, and the reason I say this is because of the world military draft that the Marines had. And when you think about it, it's kind of spooky to think that people like Green Bull and Fujitora literally came out of nowhere, and these dudes are considered admiral level individuals. I mean, granted, they were given devil fruits by the government, but that was not confirmed, but it's highly likely. But their base stats were strong enough for the world government and the Marines to acknowledge these guys as admirals. Because I definitely feel like you have to be all-rounded in hockey, swordsmanship, battle intelligence, physical stats, and all of that. You know, you have to be above the norm to be chosen as an admiral. And a clear-cut example of how powerful an admiral can get is Akainu. I mean, this man fought the legendary Whitebeard. I mean, granted, he was old and everything, but he was still a Yonko and one of the most, stronger ones. And he fought 16 commanders, including Crocodile, bro. So the admiral title is no joke in the One Piece. And to me, I think there's a lot more people in One Piece verse that might be on that Yonko / admiral level. They're just not as prevalent as the Yonkos and the admirals, because they don't have as much power and influence in the world like the Yonkos and the admirals do, because people are not going to know about you if you haven't done anything. I mean, for example, if you're a standalone admiral, people will not know much about you unless you got like the world's greatest title, like Mihawk or something. And speaking of Mihawk, Mihawk is also a great example of an individual who's on that level. Give him a couple of Marco, give him a couple of Jozus and Vistas, basically his 3 top commanders, and a decent amount of mid-tier pirates and territories. He will definitely be a runner-up for the next Yonko, at least power-wise. And in the most recent chapters of One Piece, they mentioned places like Elbaf, which was the strongest country in the verse. The top dude at Elbaf has to be a monster. Again, I made a whole video talking about this. But can you imagine giants with devil fruits, like an entire army of giants with like mythical zones, Logias, Paramecia just coming at you? Yo, that's insane. And we haven't seen a decent giant in the series. And the reason Oda is keeping them back is mainly because of how overpowered they can be. And Big Mom even goes further to say with her powers and that of Elbaf's, they would have crushed the other Yonkos. Shanks, Kaido, Whitebeard, all of them would have been washed by Big Mom. And I doubt it's just because, they're getting the army. Elbaf has a top tier dude up there as well. So if Big Mom and this top tier dude ally together, it's like fighting two Yonkos at the same time. So that alone speaks volumes on how there's other people out there that might be on that level. Then we have the revolutionaries and Dragon, who is arguably Yonko level. You could say that just by looking the strength of one of his commanders, Sabo, who is capable of going toe to toe with people like Fujitora, who is appointed admiral. So I definitely have my eyes on Dragon. He's definitely respected as one of the strongest people in the verse of One Piece. Throughout the community, a lot of people think he's on that Yonko status, mostly because of how mysterious he is, and he's basically at the top of a group that could be easily considered as a great powers like the Marines and the Yonkos. We also have Commander-in-Chief Kong, who isn't technically a part of the Navy but holds a higher position than Fleet Admiral Akainu. Again, he's probably really strong, but probably restricted because of his age, because he has white hair and everything. But old people in One Piece, they're mostly restricted because of their age. They can still do admiral stuff, but not as long, and the thing they lack is like stamina, endurance, things like that. And we also have to factor in that he was a fleet admiral during Roger's era, so he might have been on that cheeky Garp Roger level, back in his prime days. Who knows? And knowing he never got replaced all this time might mean something towards his abilities or some power he holds within the world government. Then under Kong, we have the Cypher Pole 0, CP0, which are known as the strongest intelligence force within the world government. Now, the 3 guys that showed up in Dressrosa are the only known members we know of apart from Rob Lucci and Spandam. Now, in regards to their power, from all the things we know of the series, they have to be no joke. First off, these are the guys in charge of taking care of the revolutionary army. It would be kind of stupid on their part if they are trying to capture people like Sabo, Ivankov, and Dragon if they can't even beat them themselves, or at least have the manpower to do so. And during the whole Blackbeard Dragon situation, it was stated that these guys clashed with Blackbeard and chased them away. I mean, granted that Blackbeard is a smart individual and doesn't want to waste his time like on unnecessary stuff, but the point still stands. These guys chased a Yonko and their crew away, so that's definitely a feat on their part. Now, they might not be as strong as a Yonko crew, but they're definitely not pushovers either. And we also have to realize that these guys are essentially the guard dogs to the Celestial Dragons, and knowing how the Celestial Dragons do things, they probably want the strongest soldiers and the security to protect them. So definitely take that into consideration. They probably also have crazy devil fruits just like the Admirals, because apparently the government has ways of getting the most hacked devil fruits in the series. I mean, we're talking about magma, gravity, light, you know, all of these devil fruits are just hacks, and all the people that have these devil fruits are all marine. So the government, man, they have some kind of way to like getting the best stuff out there. Now, I personally made a theory saying they're all gonna be zones because of the Aegis title they have, you know, Cypher Pole Aegis. And we know Oda is big on themes. Apart from that, they're probably going to be really good at Rokushiki, like on a whole different level from what we saw with Rob Lucci. Even more so if there's more styles to the current 6 powers you know of. So maybe there's like something else above Rokogen. Then we have the Goroso, which a lot of people think might be endgame for One Piece, because you know these dudes appear to be immortal or some sort. And they also have battle scars, so that's kind of hinting at they probably fought in the past. How long ago, we don't know. And some people even think they might be around since the ancient kingdom, and they're like on some god tier status, you know. But I'm personally conflicted with the Gorosei. It could be either or, but you know, these guys could be really, you know, on that god tier level, or they're about, you know, just vice admiral level since they're kind of old. But I don't know, man. They look like they're kind of immortal, because when we had that Ohara flashback, it looked like they were about the same age like when we last saw them, you know, when Akainu was talking to them. It looked like they were about the same age, the same voice, everything was just the same. So the Gorosei, they're definitely spooky. But yeah, do you guys think we're gonna see more people in the verse that are, you know, on that Admiral / Yonko level? Because I'm tired of hearing just Admirals Yonko all the time, yo. I want to hear about some people that might be on that status, but you know, people don't hear about them as much. But yeah, comment down below, like the video if you liked it. I'm gonna be spamming videos for maybe 5 days in a row. I don't know, but we'll see, because I'm on break right now. So yeah, it is Ferro, and I will see you guys.